Hello, welcome to the Steam Release Podcast. I am your host, Duey Bear, and joining me today is the fiery Roadie Pie.
Hi, thanks for having me.
And he's back. He's Bodalicious. I don't even know what that word means, so I probably shouldn't use
Other
it.
B words.
Top Gun Bunny.
Hello.
And he's got a kitty.
Oh, my kitty kid. Kitty kid.
Such a cute cat. That's how you get internet points as cats. Oh my god.
His name is Sherlock.
Sherlock. Oh, that's it. That's like there's another streamer. What's her name? Dex Bonus. She's got a cat named Sherlock.
It's his slave name. When we got him from the SPCA, he was already named Sherlock.
Oh yeah. Guest host kitty. Okay, and Sherlock. Yes. Actually, what's currently on the screen is not what we're showing. That was just the test. This is just a test game, but it's an early access. Order at Chow, but it looked pretty enough to have for the first window. But starting off, let's Roadie Pie. What did you play this week?
Well, obviously I keep dipping into Final Fantasy 14, and there was a new release this week, and it's a sequel. It's Glass Masquerade 2, so it came out and I was like, I gotta get it now, and it's super cheap as well, and I've already sunk like 2 hours into it. So it's a nice puzzle game and beautiful artwork, and it's slightly different from the other one. Is different themes this time, plus the pieces around the individual pieces, they don't show what they are until you pick them up. See, but it's like 10% off right now, and it's like it's $3.59. So yeah, it's like a delight, and it's just like really relaxing. It's got nice music and
And with so many like kind of shovelware puzzle games out there, it's nice to see a puzzle game that really looks like a lot of work and love and effort went into it. This was actually on the preliminary version list for quite a while, but there were so many releases. I had to cut something, but yeah. So definitely gets the thumb up from you.
Oh, absolutely. You just want like a nice. It's basically like a jigsaw puzzle. If you want to do like, nice Sunday afternoon, wanting to do a jigsaw puzzle, this is the one.
Right. Anything else?
I know actually, because I wasn't. I don't think I was feeling particularly great this week, so no, I haven't really dived into anything else. I know my crusade to reduce my Steam list is not going well at the beginning of this year, but I will persevere.
This show probably isn't helping.
That as well.
Yeah, I think the winter funk is still going around.
Yeah.
So Top Gun Bunny, what about you? What about this last week?
I gave up Maple Story. Claps for that.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, I was playing what came out in the Humble Bundle this month. What was it? What's it called?
Oh, my brother was telling me about the Humble Bundle. He spent like $12 for $200 worth of games just recently.
Yeah. So Warhammer Vermintide 2, and I've played it before, but everybody, like my friend group, got like the codes for that, so I kind of showed them around in that game. But the Humble Bundle also came with EDF, Earth Defense Force 4.1. I never heard of it before. My buddy was like, well, you have the game, we should try it. And I just pumped like 6 hours into that over the past 2 days, I think. And 7 hours. It is fantastic. Yeah, it is the best bad game. Exactly. It's like playing a B-rated movie. Like, it's like the menu system it's a Japanese game. It's like severely bad. Like, it's a bad game, but it is so much fun to play.
Mm-hmm.
I am currently flying. I'm currently like what are they called? Like wing defenders or something, and they're just like this anime girl that just flies around in a jetpack, and the entire purpose of the game is to like kill giant insects and like alien ships and stuff like that. And oh, it's ridiculous. Like my buddy is playing the one where he gets like this giant mech spider that he rides around in, and then he was in like a physical like skyscraper size mech, and I'm just flying around him as an anime girl like in the air. But I don't know, it's hard to explain, but it is a bad game. It is bad. But it's really fun.
It's hard to hit that balance, and I think a lot of bad games hit that accidentally.
Yeah,
I think this one was intentional though.
Yeah, like it's just like the way that it was translated from Japanese into English, it's a terrible game, but it's so much fun to play.
I feel like I've seen someone else play this, and it looked like a lot of fun, but it looks like very chaotic as well. Yeah,
the jetpack light trails are the anime girl's pigtails. Yeah, it's so funny. And I'm really good at it too. Like I like play Destiny, where you there's a lot of vertical movement and stuff, and now I'm just in this jetpack that has all kinds of fuel, and you can just fly all the way up into the air. It's so much fun.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes, I have. This is the one I watched someone play, and it looked crazy, absolutely crazy.
So, anything else this week?
That's all that has held my attention for this week.
So I went and I'm also making it difficult for me to finish all of my games, because I went and bought Heroes of Hammerwatch.
Oh.
This is so if you've ever heard of Hammerwatch, which is sort of a pixel art dungeon crawler, this is its sequel. And it's basically Hammerwatch, but better. So it's a sequel, but it has just everything that's better, and they're even going to be coming out with DLC for the Pyramid. So it's going to come out too. So it's really fun. It's a roguelike, so you're expected to die, but you go back to town and you have and you keep your levels and you keep your upgrades to the town. So it's not true rogue. Like it's very there's a definite sense of progression, but it can take a long time to win the game.
I do like this idea of you dying and then you go back to a hub, and you can maybe kick yourself out better or something like that. Like do sort of prep. I like that aspect of RPGs. I like almost more than the rest of the game. What the games offer. Just like going, it's like, oh, what can I buy? Oh, I'll get this. Oh, I'll get that armor, or I get these potions, and then seeing how my preparation stands up. So yeah. That's great.
And you're never gonna go through a run and not make progress, even if it's just a little progress. You're never gonna not make progress. So it's good how they designed it.
It's multiplayer, is it?
Yes, it is. It is multiplayer. You can do online multiplayer. Cool. It's actually really fun in multiplayer, because if the whole party dies, then you wipe. But you can res your allies, and if you res them, their souls are linked to you. So if they die, you die. So it makes this like really stressful situation.
So do I even pick you up at this point?
Yeah. It's like, you die a lot. Do I res you?
I res you right now. And even so, there are shrines inside the dungeon where you can unlink your souls. So if you survive long enough, you can. But it's a good like sort of punishment. Like, gotta get better.
EDF kind of has that too, where you when you res somebody, you give them your health in order to res them. So I come over to somebody, I give them half of my health, and then they come up, and I have to go find health because I know they're going to die again, and I'm going to have to come back and res them again.
Good.
Let me see. What else did I do? Of course, I've been playing some Titan Quest, but I talked about that last week. What I really want to talk about is I played one of the games we talked about last week, and that is Koi.
Yes.
This game is it's no longer on sale, so it's now 99 cents, but I got an hour and a half of fun out of it. and even more than that, probably about 3 hours of fun because I tried to do like achievements completion.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's not a hard game. That said, some of the achievements are very difficult. But if you just want to win the game, it's not hard.
Okay.
But it's very pretty. It's got excellent music and excellent Foley. Actually, I think most of the Foley is music. I'm pretty sure. Like if you run into something or something like that, I think they're actually using a musical instrument.
Oh, okay. Did you
It's-
get how many of the achievements did you get? Did you 100% it in the end?
No, I'm at 64%. So
Oh, okay.
but I think I've gotten my fill of Koi. But for 99 cents, I highly recommend this game. It's a good, relaxing game. And if you want to go for 100%, it's not a bad way to spend, especially if you're sick or just not feeling great. This is a nice, calm, soothing game. It has a story, but I have not unlocked all the story because you have to find puzzle pieces around the world to get the backstory, which explains the situation that you're in. And I think I've got the gist of it. But yeah, so you're basically this. Yeah, so you're just this fish that's trying to save the environment. And it's pretty. There's also a trailer in it for Mandy, which is their later game. So we talked about this other game later.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
So having played Koi and how much I loved it, I think I really want to play. It's just the principles of design that they had in the first game is just like that was really. So I definitely want to check out this. They're very good at emotional timing too. That was something I was surprised. Like this is fish. I shouldn't be like touched.
The emotional attachment to a fish.
Yeah.
Was it?
This is fish.
Was it an emotional roller coaster? Your fishies.
No, I wouldn't say a roller coaster, but there's definitely moments where it's like I'm like sad about fish. This is an interesting sensation I'm feeling. But yeah. So yeah, Dotoyo games, I think they have a lot of potential, and I'm really excited to see what else this Chinese studio. I know they're Chinese. I'm not certain if they're Taiwanese or so. But yeah, this Chinese developer, very, very good. I liked it all.
Ooh. Oh, just a quick mention. So one of the games that we did look at last week, they got taken off the Steam store. Yeah, Devotion, because of the there was a piece of artwork depicting the president of China in a negative way, and then it got review bombed, and it's a shame. I did watch a Jimbo play it, and you know, he's luckily the one of the few people that, you know, not one of the few, but definitely one of the people that have it, and it's such a great game as well. You know, those people that gave it a negative review because saying, oh, you know, the slow walking, or, you know, extra long load times or something like that. The version that I watched him play, it was, you know, it was just slow walking when needed to be, or, you know, there was something happening, and it was very enjoyable to watch, and it was quite sad. They put it back up now. Yeah.
No, it just has its soundtrack. The soundtrack.
Oh, okay.
So...
Yeah, so that's a shame because it is a great game.
Well, hopefully it comes back up. I think the developers may have taken it down. I don't think Steam would have forced it to come down, because otherwise I would be like Steam and on fire right now. Like people would be furious. I think probably the developers took it down to put it up again at a later date. So.
Yeah. It's a shame. It's such a great game.
Yeah, the devs might relist it in the future.
Yeah, reset the score. And, you know, I guess I can't do that with Detention, which is a shame, because Detention is also one of their games. It's great game. So Shall we jump to it?
Yeah, before we go into the releases, we just want to briefly cover some honorable mentions. So Touhou Luna Nights, this game has been in early access for a very long time and has been a success in early access. I believe it had 3,000 reviews, and I believe hundreds of thousands of people bought it in early access. So this is a very successful game. It's sort of like, it makes a lot of homages to various different things. I'm particularly seeing a lot of Alice in Wonderland, but yeah, it's just a really fun action 2D battle area.
Metroidvania. Yeah.
So
yeah, it's nice. Yeah, so we thought, just mention it. It's already picking up traction, but yeah, if you want to. If you like those sort of games, I want to get in on this.
It is officially a complete game.
Yes.
So yeah, that's my thing. And then next we have ToeJam and Earl back in the groove.
Not entirely sure what the gameplay is supposed to be yet.
Yeah, I'm pretty uninitiated in this genre.
Me and Brother played this back in '91, the original one, the first one that came out. So the guys had landed on a planet, and you had to go and pick up the parts of the ship, and you'd go to each section of the map would have its own problems and everything, and there's rap music and weirdness going on, and I think the developers are trying to recapture that. This was a Kickstarter, actually, a successful Kickstarter. So I'm glad that it's it was successful, and they've actually brought it out as well, brought it to fruition. When it came out, the first one came out in the '90s. It was great, adventure game, and it was they would do things that you normally wouldn't get them doing. So when you leave it for a while, you'd get the characters doing little movements or falling asleep, or might break into a rap or something like that. And at the time, you normally wouldn't see characters do that. So it's for me, it'd be pure nostalgia, but it is a weird. There's a lot of things that are thrown into it.
Yeah,
and it's
you can see the '90s written all over it too.
Oh yeah, for sure. And it's co-op as well. Or at least it was back in the day. And I mean, yeah, this is a co-op. It's online co-op. Yeah, so yeah, absolutely. Godless Weed, a Kickstarter game coming out as promised. It's always a nice surprise. Yes.
So surprising.
Yeah, it's a shame you have to say. Nice
Next honorable mention is more of an update. So Pendulous Swing, I think maybe on my second or third episode of the Steam Release podcast, we talked about Pendulous Swing. It is a 1920s in a fantasy universe, basically. So there's goblins, there's dwarves. It's basically if J.R.R. Tolkien's world modernized. Yeah. And that is Pendulous Swing, and its fourth installment, story installment, is out now.
Yeah, they did say they would do a bundle when it's all coming out. They said there's probably going to be 7 episodes altogether. It's great because it has it is adventure game point and click, but you also have optional quests that you can do, where you can help the town of goblins, sort of build their town up to make their lives better. So that's definitely interesting elements that they've added to it.
Yep.
So,
yeah, and it's you see, it also, what's cool, they do sell them in bundles, so if you haven't caught up to it, you get a nice discounted price for all of the episodes.
Cool.
And the first episode's free. So if you're not sure on it, try the first episode.
So yeah, it's cool to see even with the disappearance, unfortunately, of what is it? Telltale games. There's still still story games out there that are episodic story games that are still, coming out and doing fine. So
absolutely, yeah.
provided as long as there's enough content in each episode. And our last quick little honorable mention is a game that came out a long time ago but has been remastered and put onto Steam. It is called Flashback. So Flashback it's a really old game. I'd never heard of it, but apparently this was highly critically acclaimed. From when I doing research, it was just oh, this is kind of neat. The dev has some other games that came out but have not gotten as good a reception, but it's definitely really neat because it did it kind of pioneered the they captured motion capture, motion capture animation. And that's one of the reasons why you see the characters move very human. Human ways, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I remember watching my brother play this back in the day, and it's so seeing, the sort of it being brought out again, it's oh god, yeah, I remember this bit. But yeah, it's it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, and if you have that sort of retro itch that you want to scratch, absolutely pick it up. It's 20% off right now. It's £7.19, and it's there was a Ubisoft did bring it out, I think, a while ago, but they didn't do a very good job of it or whatever.
Oh yeah, Akiso says the remake was bad.
Yeah,
I think this is just a remaster of the original. So
yeah. So yeah, this one has gotten already positive reviews for it. So yeah, I think you'd be better
94% positive, so not bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
17 reviews though.
Yeah,
17. Yeah.
So it's sampling may vary.
Sample size, not exactly, whatever, but
yeah. But yeah, so if that seems to be your thing, check it out. And finally, we are actually ready for the absolute release list. So we're gonna start with Monday, February 25th, and the first title is Little Mouse's Encyclopedia.
I looked at this, I was like, maybe. Maybe, just maybe. I don't think no. You know what? No, maybe. But
yeah, I wouldn't recommend this to most people. Now that's kind of funny, me putting that on this list. There's a lot of games I cut instead of this game, but this sort of just me. As a kid, one of my favorite games was an encyclopedia game, and just seeing a sort of new rendition of that looks like a storybook, or just this kind of educational game where you run around and explore. I had such a kick out of this, so I'm just recommending to any gamers out there who have kids who want them to have some constructive time on the computer, and they're really little and they just want to see the colors on the screen. I really recommend this, and it's a cool way for you to read the factoids to them too. It's a cool looking game.
Yeah,
it's super cheap too.
Yeah,
it is really cheap.
£4.24. Yeah, I'm a sucker for anything with a mousey in it. It does look kind of weird when he stands up and then he goes on all fours. It doesn't quite look like a mouse. It looks super awkward, but I really like the idea of this interactive encyclopedia and just exploring the world and stuff like that. So yeah, I'd love that.
This really reminds me of a game. One of my favorite games, actually, when I was probably age, was Pajama Sam. You used to get them in a CD that came on the front of cereal boxes.
Oh yeah.
And you're a kid who falls into this world full of vegetables. And it's like a click point adventure. I want to find it now. It's definitely on here somewhere.
I might have seen that.
It is Pajama Sam, but it's P-A Jamma Sam.
Ah. Yeah, you know what? I might actually even have one of those in my on my things to play list.
You know what? I think I got my cereal box game was it was like, you remember the Disney Atlantis movie?
Yeah.
They had
Yes,
a video game of that, and like they had multiple different things that happened to it. One of it was a 3D platformer, and then there was another one where you were like flying an airship through some icy canyons and stuff. So there's like multiple different stages of you going like on the search to Atlantis, and then the game just kind of cuts off like once you finish it, because it's like, hey, check out the full game. I don't even know if they had a full game. It might have just been a promo for the movie. But yeah, that game, I remember spending many hours trying to beat it because it was punishingly hard. But pretty game.
I don't know if it matters, but the best one was the third one. Pajama Sam, you are what you eat from your head to your feet. That's the one that I had. I'll put the link. It was phenomenal. I would get it now. I'd play it now, but it's $8 Canadian. I'm like, why? I could get so many other things for that.
I wonder how much it is. Yeah, $4.99.
Oh yeah, there we go.
It was hilarious. I mean, hilarious to maybe an 8-year-old or whatever.
Oh my word, yeah. Oh boy. Yep, that is definitely a 1990s point and click.
I mean, this reminds me of like the game I played a couple of months back, like Put Goes to the Moon or something like that. You know, they're sort of like those similar kind of 90s point and click games that you play.
It just kind of shows sort of interesting, unique ideas that they didn't allow themselves to be held back for, technology or art.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a game I want. That's what it was like. Yep. Oh,
it was good. It taught me about vegetables. So yeah. I think like the candy people were like these corrupt politicians or something in the game. It was like beyond the mind of an 8-year-old, but yeah. Oh yeah, Freddy Fish. Freddy Fish was the other one.
Oh yeah.
And they did Spy Fox as well. So that I think it's it's Ron Gilbert. Ron Gilbert who made pretty much, well, he was a founder. I don't know if he actually had any input on those games, but he's the founder of Humongous Entertainment, and they would do point and click games for younger viewers, younger players.
Yeah, Freddy Fish was good. I had one of these. I can't remember which one.
I definitely played some games like this, but I don't even remember the title. Like I couldn't even think of the title. But there's a lot of those sort of PBS shows like the Magic School Bus games. Those were now that I think about those were point and click games pretty much. Magic School Bus. Oh man, those were good memories. Oh, good memories. Not caring about game design. Just enjoying the colors and
we played these. We played these and enjoyed them when we were this age. So there's nothing to say that we wouldn't be able to play Little Mouse Encyclopedia if we were that age and enjoy it.
Yep. Oh man, I'm jealous of kids now.
I'll give it a thumbs up.
Yeah. One with the Mathra, the dragon thing. So I think anyhow, if you were homeschooled in the 90s, you had all of these different educational games. These bad educational games. All right, so our next title. So Wednesday, February 27th, we have BATTLLOON. I saw this and I fell in love. Look at it. They're so happy.
So happy, and then they go pop.
Yeah, and what's cool, so when you turn into that ghost in this game, so this is basically a 4-player, arena. We've seen a ton of games like that, particularly in the pixel art. But I don't know if this pixel. It's pixel. It's weird pixel art. But well, you get turned to a ghost and you can still play. Like you're able to do KOs on people. It's just you're a ghost, so you're invincible. So now the remaining surviving players have to not just avoid the other living players, but also the ghost.
It looks like when they bump into the ends, that turns into a spike if it wasn't a spike before, and so if you hit it again, obviously you go pop.
Yep.
But it looks interesting. It looks fantastic, but I don't know how much playtime you would get out of it, because it's it's just like whatever playtime you would get out with your friends, rather than
They do have multiple different arenas with multiple different hazards, Godless Weeb. But yeah, it is kind of a smallish arena. But I think it's part of the challenge is that it's a small arena.
Yeah, it could bounce so far.
Yep.
Cute and casual PvP action game.
Some
Pee around lightly there, guys.
Yeah.
So as far as how much time you're going to get out of it, it really depends on if you got like a group of 4 friends who would play with you, because this only has local here. So
yeah.
It'd be a good Steambox game, I think.
Yeah, it'd be a good Steambox game.
Yeah. I think it's, I don't know. I don't personally, I wouldn't get much out of it myself, but yeah, obviously if you're very much of a social butterfly who knows people who likes gaming as well, then yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I would probably only see this played like as a Steambox game, which I do from time to time. I have a couple games that I'll play like that, but
yeah, I would see games like these played also at like the PAX indie floor. They have like some game stations set up, and this would be one of them. People would get real hype about it. This is like a game that if you're in college, like in a college dorm or something, would be
yeah. So it's $5.49. So it's it's not that expensive. There's no reviews for it currently.
Yeah. Which feels a little criminal because it's
single person.
The only curator that has looked at it says it's got English subtitles.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
That's good. I was hoping.
All right. So we have another game that I'm gonna. I would like y'all's first impression of what it is, but Cartonfall. I'm gonna not say too much because I'm curious if you come to the same conclusion.
So I did look at this earlier, and I was like,
kind of confused.
Yeah, because I was like, so is it like you build it? So you build up the boxes, and then you can tear them down, or are the boxes already there for you to tear down? Let's see. Oh, you got to smash through the boxes.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, you're the one smashing through the boxes. I mean, It
kind of reminds me of Portal.
Aha! Yes.
Yeah.
So it's basically Portal, but with like in order to get to the puzzle, you have to destroy these boxes, these constructs. But yeah, that's basically what it is. It's Portal, but with no portals. It's boxes and bombs.
I can see it now.
Yep.
Ah, I see.
So, and similar to Portal, you have this madman, except it's just a madman wearing a box. It's not a computer, I don't think. Also, they use jazz, which is awesome.
It's definitely interesting. I could see, you wanting to like solve puzzles and stuff. Definitely an interesting one to pick up. Because at first I did looking at it, I just thought, okay, this is just to like blow off some steam after work, and you're just like driving, bombing through all boxes and everything like that. But no, now it's actually, there's kind of a story, and you have to get to a puzzle by plowing your food boxes, and then you do the puzzle. That's interesting.
It definitely takes a little while to figure out what it is.
I was really confused when I looked at it. I was like, what is the gameplay? What are you supposed to be doing?
Yeah.
I thought it might be something like Saw. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah. So that's, I think the developer could have done a little better at explaining. Well, at least like in the trailer. To
just advertising their job.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's laid out, and as you can see, like eventually you end up doing levels like you're sneaking around trying to avoid security systems. So it's got that neat Portal-esque feel. But yeah, it's just a different type of 3D puzzler. It's only going to cost you about $7. So
okay. It's 10% off now. It's £5.21. Very interesting. There's not many people have put their review in.
Yeah, exactly, Akiho. Now it looks once it kind of clicks what type of game it is, it definitely becomes more interesting. I do believe this is Polish developed, judging by how it's only English and Polish that has both full audio. That would be my guess. And it's developed by Kuklam Studios, which also made Shape of America. What? Oh, it's like a story-driven, it's like an election story game. Interesting. Politics from the Polish perspective.
It's weird because that came out. That came out a year ago, and then this year it's like, oh yeah, we'll do a game about boxes.
Although this one being like 3D and that other one being more 2D UI and stuff. I can see them having a different team working on this. But yeah, 1 year apart. Cartonfall. All right, so another game you may recognize. So Thursday, February 28th, we have Ape Out. You may have seen this title.
I've seen this everywhere. Yeah.
At E3, perhaps.
I've seen a lot of online magazines and everything like that. I recommend this game because obviously it's published by Devolver Digital, so it's just like, I would have thought by now, looking on Steam, that there would be more buzz for it. But there's only 116 reviews so far. You know what I mean? It's a bit like,
I think this is one of the problems with things like E3, is it gets people hyped for a game that they want to play now, and then years pass and it comes out, and everyone's will have forgotten about it by then.
Yeah, and there's a lot better competition now.
Yeah.
Although it has really good reviews, like 8.8 on IGN, 9 out of 10 Video Gamer,
93% on Steam.
Some people know about it. Apparently, I don't, but I mean, other people know.
Yeah, I've just seen it advertised everywhere. Like people who look at indie games and everything, it's like, no, this is coming out. You need to get it. So I would have thought this was a big one on Steam, but no.
Yeah, I think there's also just been a lot of games recently that have sort of sucked the air out of the room. At the moment. I think there's definitely been some of that. So Apex Legends, for example, taking up 30 million people's time. So I mean, again, not everyone plays battle royales, but understand that's a lot of time. There's only so many gamers and only so much time, and there's a lot of games right now that are sucking the air out of the room. So.
No, yeah, absolutely, because this is a kind of, I wouldn't, not exactly a shooter, but you know what I mean. It's probably people who would be into that. Some of those people would be into this.
Yeah, there's some crossover for sure.
Yeah.
Looks cool.
Yeah.
The music looks cool. Again, jazz.
Oh, yes. I think I subconsciously added a bunch of jazz games. But yeah, this looks beautiful. It's got this kind of stunning minimalist art style. Let me see, and you can get it for $15, which is pretty typical for Devolver Digital. They are very much kind of a premium indie studio, indie producer.
Yeah.
Yes, public.
It's $10.99 in the UK.
Yep, and yeah, Hotline Harambe. Yes, that is a good way to summarize this. It's Hotline Harambe.
Eight blind man.
That meme was supposed to die already.
8-line Miami.
All right. So our next title is Fimbul, which has two things I like: Nords and this sort
Nords
of like
again.
yeah, it's Norwegian fantasy sort of thing. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Jotunheim, yes. Yeah, it reminds me of Pray for the Gods, but it's not. It definitely reminds me of that sort of art style. Yeah, seems to be a sword and board fighter. Any thoughts?
It looks interesting.
Yeah, I do like the art style. If it's got that, got a nice story to it, I think it'd be quite a good game. I'm just trying to.
Oh, that's pretty cool. It says use the timeline to get any decisions that change your fate. So there's a bit of time travel in the game.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so multiple endings too, probably.
Yeah, navigate your choices, go to any intersection, follow a different path through your story. That's cool. That's pretty interesting.
Oh yeah.
There's like two different kinds of artwork in this. So you've got like this sort of comic book style, which is sort of like the dialogue tree coming out, and then you've got the action sort of 3D style, which is looks very nice. But yeah, it's interesting looking game. I don't think I don't think it's be for me, but it's.
I know a couple people who would be really into this.
Yeah.
But again, just for the Norse mythology type stuff.
Yeah, there's a certain like subset of culture within gaming. It's like, oh, Norse mythology, I'm in.
Yeah, I'm totally into.
That's kind of how it is. But yeah, it looks really nice. It reminds me of. Have you ever played Hand of Fate?
No, I do know of it a lot. Yeah.
The combat system looks like it's similar to Hand of Fate too, which isn't necessarily bad. But I do know people who have complaints about Hand of Fate too, combat system.
Right.
But it's kind of snappy, where you're fighting one direction and then you can just snap over and fight another direction. So it's kind of a soft tab target, but that you don't use tab to target. It's a soft target lock type combat system.
Right.
Which I'm fine with, but I know some of the more twitchy, like, no, it has to be realistic and immersive, would not be so keen on it.
Right.
Yeah, Batman Arkham Asylum did the battle system, and yeah, new Spider-Man too, so, yeah. But I do know people who are like, oh, that's garbage for combat system. It's like, you know what? Not everyone is as excellent as you are. Just bask in your excellence and enjoy your niche games. So, yeah, Fimbul. It's $18. How long is it though? I'm seeing like 5.5 hours on one review, but it probably depends on like how many alternate paths you.
Yeah. If you that's the thing. It depends how different those paths are. Because if it's like it's kind of similar, you might not feel like it's worth a replay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sorry, Top. What are you going to say?
Nothing. Just like for $20, if I was only going to get 5 hours out of it, I probably wouldn't even bother. But
yeah. No, agree. It's 10% off now, and it's £13.49.
That said, we only have 2 English reviews, so I'm not entirely sure. But yeah. Ooh, let me see. Maybe we'll see the non. No, show me the non. They keep changing the settings, so I do kind of want to see. Bingo. 3 hours, 5 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 3 hours. It probably is about 5.
Yeah, you'd figure they would
really
review the game
bad.
after they finished it, right?
Yeah. So some people do, some people don't, but at least one person's going to. You know what I mean?
Yeah. For example, a lot of roguelikes, people will review it after 2 hours because it's a lot of repeat. But for a game like this, it's they probably finished it at 5. So our next title is Pogostuck, Rage with Your Friends. This is probably going to be very recognized.
It's I think I have seen this somewhere before when I was looking at it, and it's like, again, because it's like that kind of platformer thing, obviously it doesn't interest me, but obviously because of the multiplayer aspect, I think that would be a lot of fun with other people, especially if they're bad at platformers like I am. You just get completely stuck all the time. And fail.
It kind of looks like it kind of looks to me like the physics engine of like Worms Armageddon.
I think it reminds me most of Getting Over It. It's just you're on a pogo stick. So unlike where the game Getting Over It, the guy like in the bucket where you're like, and people are climbing, and the only reason you watch people play the game Getting Over It is because you want to see their life just kind of drain from their eyes as they just look in despair as they fall all the way down the bottom after like 6 hours of climbing. So
I've never seen this game before. It looks ridiculous.
Oh, Getting Over It?
Getting Over It, yeah.
You've never seen it before? Okay. Okay, so yeah, Pogostuck reminds me of that. Except unlike that game where you can kind of like take a break at spots, Pogostuck you're constantly bouncing. You can't take a break. So.
Right, yeah. So more chances of messing up.
The game I made for a certain kind of person to hurt them.
That's basically what it is. If you've
climb
ever
up
watched
an enormous mountain with
Twitch,
nothing but a hammer and a pot.
Yeah. If you've ever seen someone play that game and fall, like there's so many memes on the internet, just like them, just like
I want it.
It's psychological horror. Is what I said is one of the tanks.
Yes. Psychological
I want
horror.
it so bad.
Pretty much, yes.
It looks so dumb.
Oh my god. The thing is, I know if I played this with other people, they're gonna, it doesn't matter who they are, they're gonna be way better than I am at platformers than me, and I just be like the one that would be constantly falling down and just going, oh, now I have to start all over again. And they're just like going way ahead, far ahead of me. Oh, no.
Should be like some sort of like, I don't know, like some sort of support award or some sort of award, like, hey, you get to like, because to celebrate this many subscriptions or whatever, we're going to play this game for 8 hours.
Anticipation award.
Yeah, Godless Waves got halfway through and then my hand slipped. That's the life of everyone. But yeah, Pogostuck.
So online multiplayer. So yeah, you can see some people streaming this. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Let me see. And it only costs $6.30, so it's really not bad for a price of a game.
Yeah. 10% off right now. It's $5.39.
Yeah. Fingers are weak, swears are heavy, vomit on my keyboard already, Pogo spaghetti. Most helpful review. Very helpful. Pogostuck. It looks fun, even though we promoted Getting Over It, but this is pretty similar.
Well, yeah. If you like that game, you'd like this.
Yeah. So our next title is called Space Engineers. This has 50,000 reviews, pre-release reviews. The only reason I'm particularly talking about this instead of like Touhou is that I'd never heard of it. A, and B, it just is really ambitious. Like Touhou's a Metroidvania, we see a lot of those, but Space Engineers. The more I look into this, the more insane this game is.
I just noticed. I did see this earlier, and it said, "Oh, you can play it for free now, and for 8 hours." And now it's like you can play it for free. Ends in 4 minutes. I'm like, no, missed it. But yeah, it just looks like so interesting, and I do like city builders and things like that. I'm not sure I would be able to do something like this, or it seems like there's a lot more involved, and you have to think about a hell of a lot more because it's set in space, and there's so many other
Accio said they have 300 hours or more played in it.
Oh wow!
So we have a resident expert in the chat. Thank you.
Minecraft, but base building and spaceship building. It looks kind of interesting. I'm not huge into like physics and engineering and those types of games, but it does look kind of interesting because I do like space.
This is the type of game my coworkers go home and play. Like the engineers that work at my job. This is what they probably go home and play.
Because it can get a bit finicky in hooking up your storage containers and flow. Oh, I see. Yeah, I can just see so many things. If I play, there's so many things just going wrong. I think it would frustrate me because I like games like you're building a block of apartments, or if you're building like a theme park. Yeah, I love those theme park builders or city builders, and yeah, they will have their own things here. But it's got a lot more to think about, I think.
Yeah. Indeed. I think this type of games definitely belong beyond me, for sure. Yeah, you're making a ship for both space and planet. There's also apparently 1 billion square kilometers on the surface of the planet, so...
Wow.
Yeah. I think on each planet. Or they may vary. Like the largest planet's 1 billion, if I remember. So
what's the multiplayer like, Accio? Like, do you join like rooms that have a lot of people in it, or do you have to actually?
Things 2 or Factorio, yes.
We need to create.
Creating
is our destiny.
You can even make drones and have them fly off attack, and you can choose hundreds of hours just making new kinds of missiles. What I do like about this is that we've said before about co-op games and multiplayer games, is that these things they never seem to come with like a 4-pack game, but this one does, and so it's like 20% off now.
Oh, that is
and you can
nice.
get a 4-pack for $36.79, whereas just the game for yourself is 20% off now, and it's $12.39. Yeah.
It says play right now. Play for free and minutes.
Yeah, I said that earlier. Yeah, because when I looked at it today, when I first looked at it, it said, "Oh, you had like 8 hours left to play on it," and I was like, "Should I give it a go?" I didn't have time. I was busy.
Okay.
Multiplayer is open world, and you join in and can fight or ally. You have factions who make bases and ship together, or shoot you up. I don't know what the current MP is like yet. I did enter someone's asteroid base before the defenses shot me up a few years ago. Okay. Played MP with friends, and there was enemy AI, not the smartest, yet it was there. Okay.
So there are enemies. Some of the ships are like actual enemy AI, not just players.
What will you create?
Oh, well. It's definitely a really ambitious game, and it's cool that it's finally come out. I feel like this is almost what I feel like it's going to go. It is doing a lot of what No Man's Sky tried and not succeed at. Although apparently No Man's Sky is good, I hear now. I hear it's really good now.
Yeah,
but...
it's supposed to be good now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing happened with like the new Sim City that came out. It was like garbage when it released, and now it's actually worth playing. I have 10 Steam friends who have played Space Engineers, so maybe I'll try it out with someone.
Wow. Yeah.
I've got.
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. I've got seven friends who own this game as well. So yeah.
Yeah. If you're going to like this game, it's definitely worth the money. There's people who get hundreds of hours out of this. But if I definitely look at this and I'm like, yeah, this is not my type of game. But I really wanted to include it because this is ambitious. Holy crap.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oop. Okay. So we have another title. This is Hypertrain. It is a high-speed bullet train simulation survival game. Buzzword.
A lot of boxes ticked there for sure.
That is a word salad right there. But so let me break it down. You have a hypertrain. It starts out with 4 cars, and you can gradually acquire more cars as you run along this track. You can also build tracks, and you have to survive because you have to like make sure you don't get destroyed by other hypertrains. So, yeah.
That's such a weird thing, yeah, because I saw that you have to make defenses and you got weapons and everything like that, and I was thinking, what kind of train building simulation is this?
Looking at the gameplay video that you're watching there, that's kind of cool. Like it's really fast and you're moving back and forth.
Oh, your sound's cut out.
Yeah.
Sorry, it was like I was just watching the video there that he's watching. It looks kind of really fast and you're moving back and forth. I don't know. It seems interesting. I'd try it. Probably wouldn't buy it, but
yeah, I don't know, because part of me is like, oh yeah, this is like a very interesting concept and everything like that. But I would wonder who would like buy and play it, because the people that I think sort of like buy like train simulators and everything like that is like, would they want to have a weaponized train thing and just see if they can survive it, or do they just want like it's like it's not a typical like toy train car simulator, you know what I mean?
It seems more like Roller Coaster Tycoon than it does a train simulator to me.
Yeah, kind of.
Even then though, you're not trying to destroy, like, you're not weaponizing yourself. You're just like trying to just build the best thing.
Best roller coaster.
The best roller coaster. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I like simulators and like city building, and I like those theme park building type of games. But like this one, yeah, I'm not really into doing some.
It's a lot of different things put into one package, and I'm not sure it works.
Yeah, because it's like, who's this trying to appeal to? I wonder.
But like, hey, it is I have to say, I've not seen anything exactly like this. So good job on innovating. So it's going for $7.50. It's got some decent reviews, and people seem to be getting about 20, up to 20 hours at least. Yeah, I've seen a couple 20-hour. Negative one with 27 hours. Great concept, but it is too broken. Well, you are a patient person. Play it for 27 hours.
Yeah, and then say that.
So one person here has 24 hours on record, and they just said the goal is the first one to reach 50 wagons, complete missions transporting goods, destroying other hypertrains that have low reputation, transporting passengers. You can also become a marauder, kill other trains for loot, but you might get a bounty on your head and become the hunted. This is like gives me even more questions now.
Yeah. The more I read about it, the more I'm just like, what is this game?
Yeah, you said one round usually takes about 2 to 3 hours.
I see.
We need one of those game reviewers to just stream it and get really confused. That's what we need.
You've got a fan of your jumper Top Gun Bunny.
Oh my.
Yeah.
where?
Godless weeb likes your sweater.
He's always
Oh.
sarcastic, so when he's not being sarcastic, he has to express that he's not being sarcastic.
Oh, okay, sorry.
It is a
Thank you.
nice sweater.
It is a good sweater. It's a good sweater.
Right, so that's Hypertrain. It's not really a buy for me, but I thought it was
No.
very interesting.
No, even though it has been recommended to me on Steam, it's like this game is relevant to you because you've played these two similar games, but City Skylines and Project High Rise. But
It says similar games I've played is actually Roller Coaster Tycoon. So
it's 25% off now, so it's £5.39. So like you can get a lot of hours out of it, then yeah, absolutely, it's worth it if you enjoy those type of games.
So, Friday, March 1st, our next title is what? I hit a different link. Oh, Dawn of Man. I hit the Tavern's homepage. Okay, so Dawn of Man. This is so from what I can tell, it's kind of like a 3D Age of Empires, but it's, you know, you're trying to make your settlement of prehistorical humans survive. Yeah, it looks genuinely really interesting. I'm kind of tempted to put it on my wish list, but not yet. I gotta wait for someone I know to tell me whether it's really good. So,
yeah,
survival city builder. It's not. I mean, it's not my type of game. I've played games like this in the past, and I'm not very good at them.
me too.
Like resource management games, I'm not good at them. I don't know if I don't. It's not that I don't like them. It's that I'm just really not good at them. So it's probably not something that I would try and take my time to play. But
yeah, how I want to say it's a bit like Black and White. You know, you've got like these settlements and that, and you've got to help them out, and everything will guide them to prosper. And again, you know, it comes into that city builder genre, but I'm quite particular. I'm quite particular about what city builders I like and play, and I don't think this quite fits into that, because again, you know, this survival element to it, which I'm not really into.
Yep. Well, it's got a let me see. These sorts of games, let me see, is it multiplayer? No, it's single. But I like these types of games when I can play co-op with someone, because, you know, then I can have the brains of the operation, you know, tell me what to do.
yeah, games like this are much better when you can play multiplayer.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you take care of the farming, I'll take care of the military stuff. You know, that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, especially if you got to like hunt and gather stuff. Much better if you got someone else.
Someone to stick their greasy fingers into it.
Yeah, it's like you
boss
go
around.
off and...
No, stop that! I'm trying to do something here.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's 15% off, and it's £16.56. It's the thing with these games, you do get a lot of gameplay out of them. You know, I've seen people with like 37 hours on here, so
yeah, it's $21 US. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of time on people's gameplay. Yeah, it's not gonna break the bank as far as running it on your computer. So, Intel Core i5, 2 gig, 2 gig graphics. Yeah, I think it's kind of both all of us are kind of like, it's not our thing. But it definitely, if it all depends on the systems. If the systems are good, I think it's got 990 reviews, so it definitely can't be terrible.
Very positive. Yeah, if I was into city builders, it's probably like a cool concept. It's probably you know, all the 3D, everything like that. Like, it's cool. It's a good game. It looks like a good game.
Yeah, they also made a game called Planet Base. Oh, I know this game. Yeah, the same developers, they made like the Mars space planet.
Okay.
Yeah, I know someone who played this for so many hours on break, so yeah, kind of base. Yeah, basically trying to survive on Mars. Which this is a game that I really like. Anyhow,
so basically, the developers, they stick with city building type of games, and they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, and their first game, the game before this, was a huge success too. So. Well, not huge, but decent.
Yeah.
Okay, so our final game on our list. I'm hoping to see what RoadiePie thinks of it. Particularly, it is Session 7. This is a free game, so no barrier to entry. But it's all about, you know, a guy who wakes up bloodied in the basement of his house, and he doesn't know what happened, and you have to piece together what happened. Who's the villain of the situation?
Yeah, I.
This looks like a roadie game.
Yeah, yeah. I'm quite interested. I'm quite interested in this, and in fact, it's free as well. You know, I find that quite interesting. Yeah, it looks, you know, simple user face. You know, it's a bit like, you know, Monkey Island. You got that use push and things like that. But I'm interested with like how the dialogue tree is and how the story is.
The game is 125 megabytes in size.
125 megabytes. Impressive.
was also said like they spent like an hour and a half to get through it or something like that, or no, nearly 2 hours, like nearly 2 hours.
Yeah, I saved to 3 hours as well. But
so so it's like, I suppose depending on how these things depend on how the puzzle is and how the story is. If those two things aren't very good, then it's not great. So I might play it. I might play it this week and let you guys know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I like the premise, as long as it doesn't use moon logic.
Yeah.
Which I hate in point and click games. It's kind of for people that don't know, it's basically any puzzles that only make sense in the dev's mind. So you think
combine
about
the toaster and the banana, and you get a tool to open the door.
Yeah. There's there was I mean, Discworld is famous for it, but there's this a particular puzzle, I can't remember what game it is now. So basically you have to get a piece of moldy cheese, put it in the wand maker, and then it will recharge your wand, your broken wand, or your energy depleted wand. Of course, I just had to put in the moldy cheese in there. It's like, what's
That's the only reasonable possibility.
God,
yeah, and I was upset. I googled the answer.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's one recently that, well, a couple of years ago I did play it. It was Randall's Monday, and that was just full of moon logic as well. So yeah, you do get a few more recent point and clicks that use that sort of puzzles, and I hate them. So yeah, I will give this a go and let you know.
Doesn't have much of a barrier of entry too, so pretty nice price.
Yeah. Someone here said they finished the game in 113 minutes, but they were gutted it was over. Would have loved to be more to the game. Gripping story, great puzzles, very well made. Happily pay to play a sequel so long as it was bigger.
That's great. Yeah, if it's good, then maybe this is kind of just like the intro to maybe a bigger game.
It might be. They might have episode 2 out eventually. But yeah, because to release a game for free, clearly a game that's had a lot of work put into it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Damn. So stopping on a high note, but so we are done with the releases, but I do have a little game I want to highlight that I just want to praise. I'm going to call this the Ambition Award. Because holy zoli. This game, beautiful, beautiful game, is Norpon. It's an early access right now. It is an MMO. An MMO. A Pokemon MMO. Well, a Pokemon-esque MMO, where you, like, have all these monsters, and you can evolve them, and you can, like, change them into different types of things, and all the rest. And there's this huge, crazy amount of systems. You can transform into the Pokemon and move around. Well, not Pokemon, but creatures, whatever they are.
We'll call them pocket monsters.
Pocket monsters, yeah. This is so incredible. It's so crazy huge scope. And I think it's just one or two people working on it. A lot of people.
Wow. And we all play, like all three of us, we all have played MMOs. And we're all, So this is very interesting to me when I saw the list. However, looking at it, it's still in early access, so I don't know. You know, they're probably gonna obviously add more to it. Is that it? Kind of looks like just big open spaces and not a lot else. So that would just, you know, it looks like you got a farmhouse or something. You can do some farming, and I don't know. It's I would need there to be, or to show that there was a lot more going on. I did see one of the battles, and that looked interesting, but I would need a lot more. Yeah, but yeah, I need a lot more.
Yeah,
what do you think?
Looking at it, I'm just like, okay, yeah. Top Gun Bunny, what are your thoughts?
I'm just reading like bad reviews. The game only has one server. Couldn't figure out where the server was located because my ping was trash. And anyway, they were just saying it was boring, it was crap, whatever. And then I think that the developers responded to it, but I can't see where their response is, because he edited it and said, like, just went on like a big rant about why he made a negative review. But everyone just says it's a Pokemon clone MMO. But like you said, like if it's an MMO, like you're worried about, first thing I'm worried about is just server lag. Like how, like if I log into it and it's a great game, that's fantastic. But if I can't play it because of ping, then I'm just going to turn it off anyway.
Yeah, I wonder where these people are located. Not say.
Doesn't say at all. Yeah. I mean, it's $23 Canadian, and it's an early access, and there's hardly probably anybody playing it. Like, I could go get a World of Warcraft subscription and play that for 2 months or 3 months for that, couldn't I?
Yeah.
It's
£15.49. So yeah, it's like, oh dear.
And then there's like, I don't know. There's a lot of free MMOs. And I think if they had gone the free route and then pay for customizations or something like that, that's probably the better model.
But the thing is, the fact that it's not even finished yet, so you don't even know what you're going to get at the end of the development.
I'm not handing them $25 for a game that's like not even close to being finished.
Yeah.
It's just so ambitious, and I'm just like, wow, guys. It's
know. It really is ambitious.
I'm like, if these developers haven't made another game, I'm like, make something smaller scale first, guys.
Yeah, because it is kind of like people that are into MMOs and say, oh, I can make my own MMO. Oh, I know what I want it to make it about, and then actually go to do it and figure out, it's actually a lot. It is a lot to do. You can't.
And you have to maintain, like, you have to maintain the game. You have to maintain your servers. You have to keep everything up.
You have to maintain the community.
Yeah, you need to have GMs who can get people unstuck from places, and like, it's just ambitious.
Yeah, absolutely. And plus, you have to keep making content for it, because once everyone's on there and they've played all the content, they say, well, that's me done.
Yeah. That's the thing too with MMOs. It's like it's supposed to be an actual world that exists, and it will continue to grow. So there's no storyline. That's what I think this guy was getting at with his review, was like, cool, I logged in, but like, why would I even care about leveling up my creatures or building a house or whatever, right? Like, what's the point? What's the end game?
Yep.
There was like another game that was being made that has this sort of Pokemon-esque
Temtem?
game. That's it, yeah, Temtem. I'm sure that was like was it kickstarted?
Yes, I
Yes,
actually
yeah.
kickstarted it, just full disclosure.
That's right. We did talk about this, didn't we? We did talk about it briefly, maybe.
It's supposed to be available this year, but I don't know when. I will be like playing this game day one probably.
Yeah, and I'm glad you put it up on screen, yeah, because compared to what we've just saw to Temtem has got like, I can see the maps just as so much more interesting looking, and it makes you want to explore. It's not just one big field or one big forest. There, it's broken up into different things, and I want to see what's over there or what's going on over here. And that's the thing when you have those kind of multiplayer games or MMOs. It's like, I want to be enticed to go exploring. Yeah. So beautiful looking. There's little towns.
Yeah, and this is made by a Spanish developer, Crema. They're in Madrid. They've got like I've always been just really impressed with their stuff. They also made Immortal Redneck. It's really like 180, but yeah, Immortal Redneck's like this sort of like tongue-in-cheek like Doom. It's sort of like a Doom almost. But yeah. But yeah, Claremont, they've been doing so well on this. Just it's such an incredibly beautiful game, and yeah, I'm really excited for this.
Yeah,
this one isn't out yet, right?
No, this
No.
one's not out. It's in Kickstarter. I do believe there's an alpha, but I did not pay for alpha access. I just bought the game. So yeah, I do own it day one. Okay, I just that. Yeah, day one when it gets its full release. I don't know if they're gonna do or I don't know if they're gonna do like an early access or anything like that. I think they might just end up releasing it when it's ready, because it's even in its alpha. The people I know who are in alpha are like pretty impressed.
Oh, they did say they are going to do early access.
Oh, they did?
They're going to do it. Yeah, they said they plan to launch early access in Q4 of 2019.
Oh, okay.
And then they're going to do a global launch in Q2 of 2020.
Oh, okay. All right. So I might be able to get my hands on it then. Cool. I'll have to look at whether I get launch access or early. But either way, I'd be down to wait until early access. But oh my gosh, it's such a pretty game. But yeah, compare that to what we just talked about, Norpon.
Yeah.
If Norpon was the only independent Pokemon homage MMO out there, maybe they would have a chance. But Temtem is coming out or towards the end of this year.
Even so, I don't think they would do looking at it, because it's just like, it looks like there's not much much there. It's like when someone does their first game and they made it one of these survival games, and it's all it is like a big massive open field, and you've got to make sure you have plenty to eat and drink. It looks like that.
It would have been actually so much smarter if they just made the zone a tenth the size, and then that way have all the content kind of in a much smaller area, and then people would not get that impression.
Yeah.
Gotta start small, man.
Yeah.
I'm not on board with the pay to play business model. Like, I really like the free to play games that you have to pay for customizations. I think they make way more money like that. You get people into the game for free, and once you start playing it, you're like, yeah, I kind of want to support the game, and then you end up like $300 in after you start getting into it.
Yeah,
I've done that.
Because I've heard, I have played both models. Like both me and G, we play Final Fantasy 14, and I've played like free to play ones as well. And I heard that the free to play model, where people just like will pay to customize it or whatever, you get them in at first, but they kind of don't stick around. So you get like a load of people playing at first, and then it kind of just all fizzles out. Whereas
that happens with every game. Like,
yeah,
it's just like, if the game is already $20-$30, like, are you even going to bother buying it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas free to play games will get like a dump of, like, let's say Apex Legends got 25-30 million players started playing them. They're not going to hold 25 million players, but people tried it.
No, but it's like with like a model like Final Fantasy 14, because they got that steady income, they can keep adding things to the game, and it keeps a lot of players. It retains a lot of players. In fact, their player base is continuously growing. So.
I think their release pattern is heavily dependent, because if your release pattern is every 1 or 2 months, like there's something new out, and since they have like mid-term releases, Final Fantasy has a patch every single month. And because of that, it is kind of worth like paying. It is kind of worth paying the subscription. But for games like Guild Wars 2, so that one is now free to play, but you buy the expansions, and then they have free updates. It doesn't make sense to pay a subscription to that game, because the major updates only come every 3 months. Paying every month would make no sense in that game. So it just functions better as a free to play where you buy the expansion kind of thing. And of course, they do have a very large cash shop with a lot of like cosmetics and stuff. But it's really, and so far it's not been too predatory, and thankfully the community has definitely like bitten back when they've like stepped a little ways towards doing something a little more gambly. They've got the community's bitten back and they've backed off. But yeah, there are definitely like online free to play games that have really predatory
let's talk about EA games.
Anything by EA.
Yeah.
So
when that Star Wars Battlefront, the new one came out, it's just so pointless. Pointless.
So Guild Wars 2 does it well, where you do not feel like you're missing out on anything in the game by not paying money. And same with Final Fantasy 14, like, because you pay a subscription, they don't monetize in the game at all. Like, you can go on the store and buy some outfits and stuff, but it's not advertised in the game. You don't really know about it very well. Like, you're just in the game, enjoying the world. Everything you unlock is stuff that you get through gameplay, and that's amazing. And that's how a subscription game needs to work. But you also need the update pattern. So there are 2 different styles of development. How your game is made needs to be different. Because Guild Wars 2, I come back, play it for 4 hours with a patch, and then I leave. Then I'm going to wait for the next patch to come back to play it for 4 hours. So, yeah.
I still don't know how Sea of Thieves is making any money.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you buy that game, they've released content monthly. Like, they've released a lot of content for that game, all of it for free. I don't know how they're making money. I just, to this day, I do not understand how they're making money, because I started playing it on Xbox Game Pass. So my $12 a month to play all of those games, I don't know how much of that really actually trickled to them.
That is an internal Microsoft game. So since people do pay a subscription, I wonder if they're like getting an allocation based on what people are playing.
Yeah, or you could just buy the game outright, which was $80 when it came out, I think. Sea of Thieves, yeah.
It is now. I was not impressed with it when it launched, but now that it actually has content, I'm a bit more tempted to get it.
Well, now that it has content, I'm not playing it anymore. So
yeah, that's the thing. If you launch and it doesn't like have a lot of content and everything, and you just play through all of the content, and it's, you know, you don't keep those players.
Yeah, there's something special about like being a part of like the beta of a game and watching the game grow, and then kind of just being like the highest level, having 100% of all the customizations unlocked, and then when the game starts to grow a little bit, I just
no, agree.
It's not for me.
I was in it before it was cool. We got, you know.
Yeah, and like everyone's like, "Oh, Sea of Thieves is crap. There's nothing to do," and I'm like, "Well, I've done it."
Yeah, you're a hipster
and
gun
I'm
bunny
still
over
and
here.
I'm still here. Yep. Sea of Thieves said that they were going to release. Oh, I just haven't played it. I haven't played it in the past couple months, so I don't know what they released since. But I was playing it with a pretty large group of people, and as all of those people trickled out, rather, I didn't. I also trickled out because there's nowhere to play with it anymore.
Yeah.
Ogre Magi, excellent use of the word vacuous. That was very sophisticated of you. But yeah, it was vacuous at launch. But yeah, it's definitely become something. That's
such a cop-out thing to say, but it's totally true. Like, I totally agree with you. It's such a cop-out thing to say, like, that you have to create your own content within the game. It's like, but you have to create your own. The best part of the game is you create your own experiences. It's like, well, the experiences I've been creating have been crap. So.
Yeah, that's like Wakfu. Wakfu was like that. I played that, and it was just like, you have to create your own content. It was like, yeah,
it's like I've given you the sandbox, play in the dirt, right?
Yeah,
what you build from here is up to you.
Exactly.
Yeah, someone needs a better crew, clearly.
No, but Sea of Thieves, I had a great time with Sea of Thieves, and the people I was playing with, there was like we've had lots of great experiences that were self-driven, and that was the best part about the game, was just the people I was hanging out with. Once they're gone, content wasn't really that great anymore.
I think that's a lot with MMOs, you know, especially if you're not like, if you're quite a shy person or whatever, or if you maybe like me, you've played World of Warcraft and come across quite a lot of nasty people, then it's like, yeah, I just want to play with my friends, and then once they go, or you know, maybe you found a group of friends on that game, and if they stop playing, it's like, well, I don't want to make new friends. I don't want to start
go play with other people.
Yeah. Oof. But looking at Temtem, I'm like super excited. I want to play it now. I want to play it now.
I want it now. What is that? Wonka? Yeah, Willy Wonka, the girl in Willy Wonka. What's her name?
But I want it now.
But I want it now, Papa.
We three of us will have to play this. Definitely, we'll have to.
My only thing that I would say about it is like it looks like the screen's going to be a little bit messy. You see it in MapleStory all the time. There's just like everybody has these really flashy customizations, and everyone's running around the screen everywhere. And it's just like you can't appreciate the world because it's just people running past you all the time with like their flashy shit.
Sparkle ponies, yeah.
Oh yeah. But yeah, no. If whenever this comes out, if we could, we'd have to like allocate a time for us to like all play it together.
Oh man, this does look good.
Yeah,
Ogre Magi, Sea of Thieves is pointless solo. I've never played the game solo other than to just like I shouldn't say that. Like, I've played the game solo, but I've never solo queued with a group of people, with like random people, because that was just ridiculous. It takes a lot of work to control one of those ships.
Yeah,
and I'm a bit of a misanthrope. So like when I like playing MMOs, and I have like my guild, and I hang out with them, but a certain amount of interaction a week, and then I'm like, you know what? I just want to play by myself.
Yeah.
I'll play by myself, and then I'll hang out with you guys. I'm fine hanging out with you guys, but I cannot have as much exposure as you guys do. So
yeah, I'm the same. I like in Final Fantasy 14, I like pottering about and crafting things, and you know, just like having a little me time. I don't want to do a dungeon. No, I'm making some pies.
Yes. Making some pies on your little Lalafell.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, All right, let's go ahead and just shamelessly plug Top Gun Bunny. Let the whole world know where you're found on the internet.
Ooh, I'm also on Twitch, TV/Top Gun Bunny. I haven't been streaming a whole bunch, but I usually always stream on Sundays. Usually before we do this. Also evenings, but I am Eastern North America, so
yeah,
I get a lot of people from the EU watching me play.
Honestly, I think like that sort of like Eastern Canada area, that's like the best place to be like to get the European
you're
audience.
in the middle. Yeah, you're like in the middle. Like when I'm playing, the people from the West Coast are just waking up and then they're logging into Twitch, and the people from the EU are just getting home and watching Twitch. So I'm like, right here. I'm right here in the middle.
So what I'm saying is, all you Twitch streamers, you need to move to Nova Scotia and Newfoundland.
Yeah.
So it's the best place to be a streamer.
The best place.
And the weather's terrible, so just stay indoors and stream.
Yeah,
exactly. Stay indoors, watch Twitch.
We had, last night I think we had 1.5 feet of snow, just for fun.
Yeah, just
a 1.5 feet of snow. Just like I went outside and there was like literally like 1.5 feet of snow that I had to shovel. So
wow.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Just like, well, I guess I'm gonna stay indoors. But you have to go.
I had to go dig my car out.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. Oof. I'm in Southern California. It's so nice, but the schedule is terrible when it comes to streaming. But Roadie Pie, shamelessly plug.
Well, I didn't stream last week because I wasn't. I was so lacking in energy. But I'm hoping this week. So normally stream Tuesdays and Thursdays, although I don't think I will be doing Tuesday because I think it's Pancake Day. Pancake Day. It's Shrove Tuesday. I will be shoveling my face with pancakes. So I will probably take pictures of that, so you can find that on Instagram. I have an Instagram, and it's just full of food. It's full of food. But if you want to watch me on Twitch, use Roadie Pie, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9:30 p.m. UK time.
Yeah. I guess I had the opposite, mood this last week because I have been streaming a bit more. I think I'm finally settled into my new place. I went and rearranged my room. I've got it all kind of feeling a bit more like a home. And I'm feeling like I streamed for 8 hours yesterday. Never streamed that long before. Ever.
That's insane.
How many hours did you say?
8 hours. Yeah.
Wow. That's a long time to sit.
I took breaks like every 2 hours or so.
Oh, okay.
But so I
get to 6 hours of just sitting here. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And I even feel like I'm gonna stream later today. So I'm just like, I've got the streaming bug.
Wow.
It took a while to get it back after all the move, staying in places, getting couch surfing. The whole lot of it, and now I got the bug again, so I'm really
nice.
So
nice.
I don't know if I'll be able to set up a schedule again, but you can find me Dewey Bear at, of course, this channel, as well as Instagram, Twitter, other places. I've discovered that there's another Dewey Bear out there, and I'm just like, took my username.
Are you going to? Is there going to be a showdown?
I don't know.
Is there going to be guns at dawn and
every now it happens where you go to a website and it's like Dewey Bear. Someone else took it. So but yeah, at least the Dewey Bear on Instagram, the Dewey Bear on Twitter, and the Dewey Bear on Twitch, that is me. And the Dewey Bear on YouTube. This episode will be uploaded on YouTube as soon as possible. But yeah.
Yeah, do check out, any episodes you might have missed, guys. Write those comments. We do read the few comments that you put, and we will respond. And don't forget to like and subscribe.